Hey guys, welcome back to AIR. Today we have Patty out. As you guys can see, she's kind of exploring and wanting the lovin's. Today we're going to talk about how to recognize body language. In this video, we're going to talk about how to tell if your snake is stressed in the enclosure, and also during handling. And also we're going to talk about how to tell if your snake is ready to strike. One of the things I look for in stress inside the enclosure is, with Xena, I've noticed this, especially when we first put her in her enclosure. She's settled down as far as this goes now, but she was trying to dig into her substrate around the edges as if trying to find a way out of her enclosure. Also, she was glass surfing, where she'd take her body and move it along the glass area, trying to find like different corners or different edges that were maybe open that she can escape from. So keep that in mind, especially whenever you put them in their new enclosure. They have to get time to get used to it. Now, as far as glass surfing goes, don't take glass surfing always as being a way of being stressed. With Patty here, she does glass surfing, and whenever she does, it's more or less, it's time to be handled, so she's looking for me to grab her out, or it's time for feeding. She's on a set schedule as far as her feeding goes, so she'll glass surf looking for me to reach in with her food. Once she realizes that I'm reaching in, she'll lay back down on her substrate, and she'll get ready to eat. Next, we're going to talk about the signs that your snake is ready to strike and how to respond to it. One of the ways that they're going to do this is they're going to coil their body up. They'll bring that head up into an upright position, kind of like Patty's doing right now, where she's raising that head up. She's not in a strike position. She's not threatened at all. She's just doing that to explore. But they'll raise that head up, and the neck will be in an S shape. And that's basically their sign of saying, hey, I'm posed, I'm ready to strike. Also, they may hiss, they may not, depending on how threatened they feel. And they may not even give you that warning of striking. We're going to talk more about strikes and stuff like that, and the defensive or aggressive behaviors in your ball python in the next video. But one of the things to remember whenever they strike is there's two different strikes that I've learned. One I call a bluff strike. It's basically where they reach out just real quick, and it's like a fast movement, and it's not even a full stretch of the body. I'm going to strike out and bite. That's what I call a bluff strike. Or they'll tap the side of your hand whenever they do that, as if a warning to say, hey, I'm ready to bite you, leave me alone. Or they'll just go straight for the strike and bite. If they do bite, remember, they have little teeth in their mouth, about 100 of them. And with these guys, their teeth are rear facing, which means they point towards the back of their mouth. And it helps them grip their food or whatever they're latched onto. Do not pull your hand away. Do not try to pull your hand out of their mouth. That will damage those teeth. It can pull those teeth out, which will cause mouth rot. Mouth rot can be treated. It's a very expensive treatment. I'm saying at least $2,000 for that treatment, possibly more. If you don't catch it in time, the mouth rot gets too bad, your snake will stop eating and will kill it, because it will starve itself. One of the things to remember is if they've had damaged teeth or something like that in their mouth, you're going to have issues with feeding. They may not feed for a while if they do have damage to their mouth. With mouth rot, if it's been treated. Luckily, I've never had that issue where I've had to deal with mouth rot. I don't want to. because I know it's painful for these guys. But just remember, if your snake does strike out, at some point you're going to get bit. It's bound to happen. Amber just got bit the other day. She was feeding with Patty. She got bitten on the finger. It's more or less a surprise of it happening, guys. It's not really the bite that hurts. With my old children's python, he was cage aggressive. He thought it was always feeding time. He latched on me multiple times. I just let him go. Let him do what he wanted to do. As soon as he would release, I let him settle back down. If you see that your snake is striking out, remove your hand from the enclosure. If you're changing water, getting the waste out of their enclosure, redoing their decorations, remove your hand out of there, give them time to rest, about 30 minutes to an hour. Go back in and continue what you were doing. If you're trying to handle, like I said, give them that 30 minutes to an hour, let them rest and stuff like that, and settle back down. Then go back in. One of the ways that I let Xena know that I'm in her enclosure, because she is kind of aggressive, and she does get defensive and strike out sometimes, is I'll take my hand and I'll rub it down her back and on her sides, going towards her rear end, and not towards her head. Because if you're going towards the head like this here, you're taking that chance of damaging the scales. That's why I didn't have my finger touching Patty just now whenever I was doing that. I was just kind of moving my hand in that motion to show you. But always go away from the head. That goes with the scales. Go towards their tail. Not just that, if they're ready to strike or anything and you're going towards their tail, that's really just showing them, hey, I'm not a threat. They usually settle down pretty easily with that, and you can usually just reach down and grab them by that back end of their body and start to lift them up, and then put your hand underneath and support the rest of their body. And that will let them know, okay, I'm not being threatened, I'm just being removed from my enclosure. If you do get bit or you do get struck at, don't take that as a sign of, hey, I need to stop handling. Don't stop handling your snakes, please. These guys need daily handling. Minus whenever they eat. Like I said, 48 to 72 hours after they eat, don't handle. But if they're showing signs of aggression or something, just give them time to rest and then try again. Keep working with them. You will work with them enough to where they'll finally see you as not a threat. Next, I'm going to talk about the best things to do when your snake does strike at you. Like I mentioned before, pull your hand out the enclosure, give them time. I recommend 30 minutes to an hour, sometimes more than that depending on how stressed they are. Same thing whenever you're cleaning out the enclosure, remove your hand, get yourself away from that enclosure, close it back up, give them time to rest and relax, go back in and do what you got to do. Next, we're going to talk about how to tell if your snake is stressed during handling. As you guys can see, Patty is all chilled out. She's relaxed and laid out and just chilling out on me. But to tell if they're stressed during handling, I can do this more with Xena. And this is from personal experience, guys. With Xena, the first sign that I look for is I'll look at the sides of her body, and I'll look at her breathing. If her breathing is fast and labored, that's telling me that she's getting stressed and that she doesn't want to be handled, that she needs to go back in her enclosure. So I'll put her back in, I'll give her a couple hours to rest and relax, and then I'll try it again. As I said with the handling, I do it for a couple hours of resting, so that it lets them know that, okay, if I start to get stressed out, they'll put me back in and I can rest on my own. The other sign that I look for is if I'm handling, say like with Patty, and she gets real fast and darty, like she's trying to get away from me. If she's trying to move away from me and trying to get between both hands, and basically trying to find an escape route, that's one of the signs of stress. That shows that they're trying to get away, they want to be left alone. go ahead and put them back in the enclosure. Leave them be for a couple hours, let them rest and stuff like that. If it's a juvenile, give them that time to rest and stuff like that, and then go back in and handle again. I can't stress this enough. If you see them stressing or you see them striking, don't take that as a sign of, oh, I can't handle you no more. I'm just going to leave you in your enclosure. I'll clean your enclosure and stuff like that, and I'll feed you or whatever, but I won't hold you. Don't think that way. These guys need to be held. That's the only way to get them out of the stage of being aggressive or things like that. And that's to help them to learn that they don't have to stress whenever they're being held. As you guys can see, Patty is all chilled out. She's wrapped up, kind of exploring, looking around. So, just give them that time to settle down. Don't overstress your snake. Because the more you overstress them, the more they're going to want to bite. The more they're going to become aggressive and want to try to strike out whenever you reach in. Because they're going to feel like you're a threat. With Xena, whenever I do my next video on defensive and aggressive behaviors, I'll kind of show you guys how she acts whenever she's being handled. I usually recommend at least 30 minutes a day of handling. With Patty, I can lay down on my bed and lay her next to me. And she'll just curl up right next to my side or right up against my stomach. And she'll lay there for hours on end. She is happy. She's a good girl as far as that goes. Now, if I'm outside with her, it's usually about 2 hours that I have her out. And then she goes back in because the fact that she does start to show signs of, hey, I'm wanting to move around, I want to get away. Then I'll go ahead and put her in. It's very rare for her, but about 2 hours outside with her on a daily basis if it's not too cold. But whenever I'm laying in bed and she has a spot just to lay down and she's warm, she'll just curl up right next to me and just chill out for hours if I let her. If I could, I'd actually sleep with her at night, but the other half won't let me. She's too much of a chicken whenever it comes to that. So, that's some of the things to look for, guys. We're going to wrap up this video. Remember, if you subscribe, you like our videos, you hit that bell notification, you'll get notices every time I post a new video. The more subscriptions and likes that I have from you guys, the more my videos will get out there, more that YouTube will promote my videos, and more people will be able to see them and learn. All of my videos are done off of based off of personal experience and research. So keep that in mind that I'm not an expert. I'm a handler just like you guys. I don't claim to be this expert that knows everything. I still learn new stuff every day. Just like with the rear-facing teeth, I didn't realize their teeth were rear-facing. I actually thought they were just regular teeth, like up and down like ours. I didn't realize they were actually rear-facing. So it was something new. Something new that I learned, so I wanted to share it with you guys. If I do find anything new, I'll make a video about it. And I'll tell you more about it. If you guys have any questions or comments, leave them down below in the comment section or check out our Facebook page at AIR Reptile Rescue. Message me there. I respond pretty quickly. Also, remember, no question about a reptile is a dumb question. We're all here to learn. This is what I do. Here at AIR, we love what we do. We do what we love. Is our motto because of the fact that we love helping you guys learn. We love being the caretaker of our reptiles. We love educating you guys and helping you guys learn what it's going to take care of a reptile. One of the other things I do want to mention before we go is if you find something, say if you see something about a ball python that I don't mention in one of my videos, and you guys want to leave a comment down below, if I get enough comments and stuff like that to make an extra video on a series about something, I will do shout-outs for you guys. I will say, hey, this viewer here brought this to my attention, and I thought maybe you guys would like to know it. And I'll do an extra video at the end of the series of doing shout outs for my different viewers. So if you guys have something that you know about a ball python that I don't mention, or you find something in research that you think would be an interesting fact or something that somebody may need to know about a ball python, leave it down below in the comment section. Let me know, and I'll make a special video giving you a shout out. If you want, you can leave your name. If not, I can go by your screen name. But leave a comment, let me know. And what I'll do is I'll mention you in a video. And I'll say, hey, this guy mentioned this about a ball python. I'm not going to say this guy, I'll mention you by screen name or by your name, if you're comfortable with that. And I'll do a shout out for you guys. And I appreciate each and every one of you for coming. I just got a new subscriber the other day that was thanking me. He's a new ball python handler, saying that he loves my videos. It's teaching him a lot. So remember, I'm not here to tell you guys how to do things. I'm just doing this from personal experience to show you how we deal with stuff and what signs to look for and things like that, and what we see in our personal reptiles. Thanks again, guys, for coming by. Check us out on Facebook. Both of my pages are there. J&A Knitted Creations, AIR Reptile Rescue. Both of the pages are linked together. Message me on AIR if you have reptile questions. If you want knitted stuff, go to J&A Knitted Creations. Keep us in mind. We're always there for you guys. We're very quick on response to messages or questions. And we will see you guys next time from AIR on our next videos, which is going to be the difference between aggression and defensive behaviors, and temperament, and how to respect those behaviors. And the video after that will be about shedding. So stay tuned. Keep an eye out for those videos coming out, guys. If you want, hit that bell notification. You'll get notices as soon as I post a new video. We'll talk to y'all soon. And Patty says goodnight, because she's probably going to go back in her enclosure and go back to sheep.
Good night, Patty.